Coming to you live from Hell Entertainment Studios. Center Sundaze. With your hosts, Diggz and A. Grace.
Hey, what's up, man? I think it's pretty obvious right about now who you're looking at, but I'll tell you anyhow. I'm Shaggy 2 Dope, the Southwest Strangler.
And I'm Violent J, the Duke of the Wicked.
And together, we happen to be
the Insane Clown Posse.
And right about now, it's time to get a big, fat shout out to Hell's Entertainment. They're a media outlet for all touring artists.
They offer videography, design work, photography, motherfucking freshology. Are you a touring artist? Do you get out there and grind? Or are you a boring artist? Do you sit home and whine? Because if you're a worker, hook up with Hell's Entertainment.
That's right, Hell's Entertainment. You can reach them at www.hellentertainment.com.
And if you're not done with that, go to hell!
There are two types of men in this world. Those who run shit, like me, and those who eat shit, like you.
Wait for it. Let it come in. Yeah. Yeah. Put your fucking hands up in the sky for this one. I don't give a fuck if you're driving, put your hands up. Let them stare at you, fuck them, yo. God gifted, but fuck this shit. This time I'm coming like a kamikaze with it till I get some recognition. I'm a visionary, cryptic, intricate like physics. When I'm finished, see me buried. These MCs be diminished. Sometimes I'm a little bit cocky, sometimes I'm just obnoxious. Sometimes you can't stand the way I speak because I'm honest. About to bomb this industry with heat from piece by piece. They back me. See, we ain't forgotten. These assassins blasting constantly. They watch me. Damn, I spit so potent, I got rotten teeth. God, don't answer me because I ain't.
What up? Welcome back. Center Sundaze, episode 11. What up, Ash?
What up?
How are you?
Good.
Yeah?
Got to record a little bit. I'm good. I'm very good. It's Sunday. It's been very busy freaking life. I don't know what else to say.
Busy life. Yes, it's a busy life. We have a killer show for you. We tracked this this person down. It's been a while since he's graced us with his presence.
With that, so were you gonna say like?
I'm a little nervous. It's been a while.
Sergeant?
It's been a while since we've seen our guest face, and he comes from the east side of Slaughterberry, Connecticut, so we want to make sure that we do our guest well. Wait, I don't know. Anyway, I'm rambling because it's what I do.
That's fine. We're gonna
Sundays.
talk. It's Sundays. We've been a little slacking, but we're back. Our last show was honestly fucking awesome with Gibby Sights. He just dropped a new album, which is fire.
Welcome to Illville. Get that on mnestore.com. Great album. Get it on all your streaming sites. Straight fire. I love it.
Yeah, he crushed it.
He did.
He's such a good dude. Like, he's just a humble human. Check him out. Gibby Sights. You can find him everywhere. And on entertainment.com.
Yes, he is. What's new in your world? I know you just did some shooting and
Well,
back in the real
we're
world.
not done, and we're gonna talk about Jelly Roll's new album. Anyways,
she abuses me.
Jelly Roll's new album. Also, fucking nasty artist. He's just like
he's killing it right now.
He's amazing.
His new album, cross between a little rock, a little country, a little rap.
Yeah,
it's got a little bit of everything in it for everybody.
It's kind of like his thing. It's very good.
I highly recommend going check out Jelly Roll's new album. It's
very good.
Great.
10 out of 10. Okay. Yeah, so I have been shooting shows. I'm back. It's great. Live music's back. I just covered the Below tour for Entertainment. That was dragged under Wager and Beartooth.
You sure about that?
Yeah. Yes. It was a literal sold out show. Packed house, the Palladium, which is, I think it's my favorite place. Everyone's just so chill there. Like, the staff's awesome. Really just take care of their people and everyone there. I wore my mask the whole time. Not everyone did. Some did, some didn't. 50-50, honestly. But starting the 15th of October, that all changes pretty much for all venues. It's kind of how I feel. Like, you have to have your card or a negative COVID test.
Within the past 72 hours.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if masks are 100%.
I think they're 100%. They're going to be required if you're not vaccinated, I believe.
Okay, yeah.
But either way, rules are changing in October. Keep an eye out for those changes.
It was so fun. It was just so nice to be back, you know, like doing the thing.
Back in the sweaty pit. And you sent a snap, and it looked like it was just as hot as it was there as it was at Attack of the Ninjas.
I swear out 6 people, I swear to God. But it was so worth it. It was just a good time. Good to be back in that environment. Happiness, you know, all that good stuff, honestly. Running around the Palladium, getting pictures.
Back in the happy place.
Yeah. Exactly.
Always good.
But keep your eye out for my coverage on that this week. Should be done tonight. And last weekend, I shot POD, which was fucking insane, at the Palladium. I will say, I was the only photographer there, and it was fucking loud. That was weird. That was so surreal.
That's got to be weird in that pit, because I've been in that pit with you, and usually there's about 7 or 8.
Yeah,
eight of us down there trying to.
Even the Beartooth, the Beartooth concert was just about, I think there was maybe 5 or 6 of us.
Yeah.
Smaller, but I'm not gonna lie, being the only photographer in a pit makes you feel pretty fucking dope. You're like, oh shit. Exclusive shots, but that'll also be up this week. Yeah, man, concerts are back. Just respect, you know, people's boundaries and the fucking rules so we can continue to do what we do and go to shows again.
Absolutely. Before we get Kryptik in here, like to announce our second pumpkin carving contest we got going on, as we did last year. Our good friend Fatty won it with his Pennywise pumpkin. We're going to give away some prizes for that. We're still figuring out the details on when that show is going to be, but look out for the details of where you can submit that and when the deadline will be and what the prizes will be. And we're looking for 3 new judges this year because
there we are. You can't recycle the same judges.
No, but you can't. But our judges don't hold back. They tell you how that pumpkin is, whether they like it, if it sucks,
trash,
if it's dirty. Wink, wink. Remember Anthony's last year?
Oh yeah. So keep your eye out for our pumpkin carving contest.
Absolutely. We're gonna get Kryptik in here in a minute, but first we're gonna play a quick clip off of his Venom Volume 3 CD, CT Choppers, featuring himself and Donnie Menace. We will be back momentarily with, and that was Venom Volume 2. Yeah, Venom Volume 2. I fucked up. My bad. Here we go. We'll see you guys in a second.
What's going down? It's Donnie Menace, letting you know that you're now listening to Kryptik's Venom Volume 2.
Oh shit! You don't even know it's about to hit 'em. It's about fucking time. Kryptik, Donnie Menace. Listen carefully and repeat after me. Recognizing with the presence of a lyrical master, I'm attacking with the vengeance every victim I'm after. I'm the first to find a chapter in a novel written with enough intelligence to leave your brain back with a battered. I'm a rap when you acting like you're bad at rapping matters. While you're bragging about the passive faggots of the ladder, shattering your plaque with this immaculate vernacular. A savage, sporadic fashion stabbing with a catheter. Stop. With every breath of spitting deadly venom, aiming straight in your direction, pay attention. What we tell them, words are weapons that will separate your head from severed cerebellum. Mutilate your vegetated, standing aggravated fella. Never let you guard down, fucking with these two. Me and Mr. Menace, thing is sharper than bees do. Being so smooth and we breathe with ease. Cripple rhythm with the rudiment, awakening the beast. And you're treating if you think you've ever seen another team that bring it heat into a steam and heap of fecal MCs. Better believing people screaming, chocolate, watching bodies bleeding, constantly defeating opposition with repeating beating sleeves. I'm the type to put a gun in my own mouth, pull the fucking trigger just to settle my own doubt.
Oh, Hey.
Quick cut. Yeah.
He does that. He does that.
I don't do it intentionally. It's the program. Listen,
He does
I
that.
said
I
Venom
wasn't
Volume
ready.
3.
I wasn't ready.
Listen, I said Venom Volume 3 because I want to make sure you remembered your own shit. That's how I went with that.
Well,
But-
you know from my shows that most of the time I do not remember things, including lyrics, but thanks for holding me down.
I think I've been asked a few times, hey, do you remember the lyrics to Goddamn? I think we've had that conversation in the car before.
I'm the stage in 5 seconds. I don't remember any of my words. What up? How are you guys?
What's up? We are
Good, how are
good.
you?
Thank you for coming out of the depths of hell to talk with us and make your presence known. We are super excited to have you on tonight.
I'm excited as well. I want you to know before this starts, I have my trusty pen and paper here. I will be grading the both of you on this interview with the point system. With
I feel judged.
with the point system that I compile myself. There's 2 points. You either get a 1 for this shit sucks, or you get a 10 for you did awesome. But I have faith in you guys. I have faith in you guys. I already wrote half of a 10 down, which is actually a number 1. But there could be a 0 added to that 1 by the end of this interview.
We've never been graded by a guest.
Okay.
All right.
I just made all that up, but it's
Now we're gonna hold you to it because we want to know if we did great or if we suck.
Right.
Like
it's an easy grading system, you know. You can just, one or the other.
All right.
I'm not very clever.
Before we kick it in, right below there, you can go see Kryptik's music over at kryptik.bandcamp.com. You can follow him on his only social media, the Twitter at Kryptik. And if you want to support him and help out his cause, Venmo at Rob/Marino 22.
Deuce.
Yes. And if you guys have questions in the chat, we will get to those later on in the show. So please don't think we're ignoring you. We're going to get to those questions and get those answers for you, find out where the fuck he's been. So that's my question. Where have you been?
On crutches. They call me Kryptik now. That sounds nasty.
Kryptik.
That's like if you break your dick. Like, do they make dick crutches? I'm not sure. Anyways,
I was
let's not call me Kryptik. Let's not do that.
Hashtag Rich.
I feel like I just brought it
on Instagram later.
I just brought it on myself. Oh boy.
You did.
Well, like Diggz was saying, drop some comments. We'll get to those later. Everything's on the table. Ask whatever you want. Nothing's too personal. You guys know me. I put all my shit in my music anyways. So when I'm in an environment like this, in front of my millions and millions of fans, ask whatever you want. Besides, like, don't ask my address. I'm not giving you my address. But
for those freaky people out there,
some of y'all be tripping. But I have been on I don't know, a hiatus, I guess you call it. Just clear it up. I never said I was quitting. Maybe I have as a joke, but I never planned to stop making music. I wasn't feeling inspired or created at the time, and there were a couple of collabs I did, and it just felt forced. You know what I mean? People were asking me to do shit, and I said yes because they're homies. And then it was just like, you can't force something you love. You know what I mean? You can't force something you enjoy. Once it starts feeling like that, stop doing it right away. Stop. I don't give a fuck like what people tell you, just like because it takes all the fun out of it, and you could hear it. You could hear it in the music. You could, let's say, whatever type of artist you are, you could see it in the art. When your passion isn't there, it's not there. So I didn't know how long it was going to take. Maybe a year, maybe 2 years. Ended up taking 10 years. But I got super inspired again one day, and just started writing, and it felt like when I keep looking like all around. I don't know where the camera is.
It's on your laptop.
It's like, yeah. So it's
that's a negative point.
No, it's a positive because I'm helping him out to find his camera.
Now it's not.
Negative.
It's like, so I don't really know what brought back on the inspiration. I just one day I woke up and I was like, I feel like writing again, and I couldn't put my pen down. It's like how I first started, scribbling on napkins, the back of fucking paper plates, bills, like everything, and I got a bunch of shit written. So look out, new shit's coming soon. I don't know how soon, but it's coming.
I can't fucking
I was
wait.
just gonna. All these questions I have, they're already being answered. I'm like, all right.
See, the thing is, I talk a lot, and I told this to Diggz. I was
He
like,
did warn me.
I was like, how long are your interviews? Because mine usually run like 3-4 hours because I don't shut the fuck up. And I love doing interviews. I love doing interviews.
I love it. Awesome.
Like that was my favorite part of like, like ask me shit, pick my brain. Because there's a lot up here. And it's like when I'm Rob Marino, I don't talk a lot. I'm very introverted. I don't say a lot that's going on in my head. And once I start making music or you put me in an environment where fans are asking me questions and shit, it's like word vomit. Just it just doesn't fucking stop. But it's
so you did just say that it's been 10 years and you just said you're not sure where inspiration came from to reunite you to do what you love to do. There must have been something
I had already. I can't remember if it was before or after, but I did see some long time friends of mine. Actually, the band I was in, DV8, we went and did a podcast with my homie Tommy Doomsday and DJ Cube. They have a podcast as well. It's called Us Fucks. But they asked me one day just to come over and chill. They do like a brunch thing, and it's just homies chilling at the house, and they do the podcast, and it's laid back, and it's like a lot of fun. It's recorded, you know what I mean? It's not live, but like it's super dope. And my homie Bean from DV8 was there. I haven't seen him in about 7-8 years maybe. Cube was there. I really see him, Tommy Doomsday and shit. And they interviewed me. And I don't know, maybe it brought back like a lot of fucking like dope ass memories and shit.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? That probably had something to do with it. But yeah.
I mean, I find like a lot of like reminiscing and thinking back on some of the old days kind of brings back some of that spark of to why you got into it.
Right.
And we had this conversation the other day about getting back into the groove of doing photography after being out for a year and a half.
Yeah.
But like when I talked to you, when you mentioned that you were coming back with new music, it sparked a whole new thing in me to try and up my game a little bit because, you've been with me since day one and vice versa. And it brought back a lot of memeries and everything like that. So
he has had a hard on for this interview since I'm going to tell you. He like talked to you at Astronomicon. I was like, you're just talking to me. He's like, Kryptik.
Well,
that's your buddy.
He couldn't land his superhero landing, so he broke himself. So I had to bring some sort of seminar to him.
Yeah.
No, it was awesome.
No, that was dope. It was dope. Like, yeah, we're day one homies. I don't know if you know the story of how we met, but it was like fucking
I know.
eons ago. The first
talk about music bringing people together.
Yeah.
The year was 2003. It was the 2003 gathering. That's where it started. You and Das didn't have a campsite.
The first official outdoor gathering.
Yeah, that was the first one.
If you count 2000, that one was. It was technically outside, but it was only one day. But 2001 was inside. 2002 was inside. I went to both of those, but 2003 is first one they had like at a fucking campground that was several days long and shit. So anyway. That's
the year that we met. They didn't have a campsite. It was just me chilling on my campsite by myself.
Yeah.
And I was like, pitch your tents. I don't care. It didn't really relate to the relationship that we have now, but funny thing is moving forward a year to 2004, I remember this fucking because like it was yesterday. It was the Black Rain Dark Lotus tour. I wasn't going to go because I was going by myself. I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to go. I went, found these two clowns in line. They're like, Crip's like, I'm not going to the gathering this year because I got work or whatever, but
that was 04. Yeah, it's when I graduated culinary school.
Yeah, but they're like, we got a campsite and we got a spot for you in case we ran into you.
Dude, I love that. That's cool.
And that was the year that I met the missus as well.
This is going to turn into your interview, Diggz, because you got fucking probably fresher stories than I have. But and so that gathering in 2003, when we meet him, when he's there by himself and shit, this motherfucker had his whole entire leg.
I know.
Like
I do know.
A whole leg. And he's there the night before. Like literally.
And then he drove.
And he's out here fucking like 1,000-degree fucking sun and shit, chilling at the gathering. Like this
I did
Yeah, it looks fresh. It looks fresh though. And I'm like, yeah, it does.
And she pulled that same shit for Astronomicon,
I was just gonna say flash forward how many ever years.
right?
I got tattooed and then we drove to Astronomicon and it like hip to foot. I'm like, let's go, fuck it.
Yep.
A lot of ink.
So going back, let's take it back, way back. You posted on
Way Back Burgers.
Yeah, Way Back Burgers.
Nice.
We're going
That's not a sponsorship, but it should be.
It should be.
I do like a mean cheeseburger.
I do like a cheeseburger. I mean, I didn't get this fat by not liking cheeseburgers. You posted on your Facebook about how you started rapping at a talent show with the support of your moms.
It was not a talent show, but you're close. You're close. You're close.
Let's go.
-0.5.
Ooh.
Wow.
I'm just
Good
saying,
call.
if you're not gonna
Wait. Now, do we do a split score? Because you had nothing to do with him fucking up right now. So technically, I'm just gonna jump.
You're homie though. I'm learning. I'm like a guest here too.
Yeah, she's learning
about you. I don't know anything.
No worries. All right. So, how much time do we have left?
We got time.
An hour.
I'm not worried about it.
All right. You're close. It was not a talent show, so to speak. Story is this. I'll try to make it as short as possible. I was in 5th grade. I was 11 years old. My teacher at the time, now that I think about it, she was probably just a lazy teacher because she couldn't come up with an idea. So instead of giving the class one project, she was just like, I'm going to break you guys off into groups of 3 people each. And the topic is Plymouth Rock, Massachusetts. Do whatever you want. She literally was like, do whatever you want. I don't care if you draw a picture, do this, do that, like whatever. It's up to you. So me being a hip hop, like I grew up in the best era of hip hop ever. I'm talking like not forget it because I really, really respect the underground and fucking all kinds of juggalo shit. But at the time, this was before I listened to ICB or anything. You know what I mean? Like I grew up in the 90s. I grew up in the best era of fucking hip hop ever. I don't care what anybody says. So I was really a fan of that shit. So it was me, my friend Mike Chabot, and my friend Nick Biello, who were my best childhood friends at the time. I don't think Nick Biello likes me anymore because I tried to run him off the road with my Camaro one time when we got older. Oh. Allegedly.
That's purely speculation.
Yeah, so we haven't talked. Sorry, but
Is it in a ditch?
Yeah, allegedly. But anyways, so my idea was let's write a fucking rap song. My friend said, we don't know how to rap. We don't know anything about writing a rap song. I was like, neither do I. Fuck it. I'll write it and I'll write your parts. So we wrote 3 verses about Plymouth Rock, Massachusetts. Diggz, you already know we're going to get back to this later.
Yes, we are. We're going to circle right back to that.
Because it's fucking nuts how the universe works. So we fucking get up. We spit the song in front of the class as, our demonstration of the project. I don't remember the words. It was like in 1482, the Pilgrims sailed the ocean blue, like some real simple shit. But my teacher loved it. We got an A. I should say I got an A because I wrote the whole fucking song. Fuck them.
Well, group project, one person doing all the work, the one just slacking.
Yeah. But so then the fucking school approaches us, like the principal and shit. And they were like, we're doing, the Christmas concert. And we want you guys to write a fucking Christmas rap song. This is like, I'm 11, bro. I'm 11, right? So fucking, so we do the Christmas rap song. Now this is after hours. This isn't like during school time. This is like after school and shit. All the parents come, whatever. I choreograph this shit. I'm fucking breakdancing. I'm like jumping off the bleachers, like all kinds of shit. Like I was like, I'm a showman. You know what I mean? Like I'm a performer. I've always been an MC as long as I've been alive. So I went all out. And fucking everybody loved it. We go to school the next day and fucking like the teachers, like all the faculty are coming up. They're like, oh my God, you guys were so amazing. That was like awesome. So now it starts going in my head. I'm like, I'm gonna be a fucking rapper. So I fucking, before I even wrote a song, I drew up like this same symbol for my rap group. And it was called Ice Cold. And it was like, that was the name of my rap group, Ice Cold. And it was me. And I put my 2 friends in it because I didn't know anybody else. Like I wasn't popular in school. I was a nerd and shit. So I'm like, I'm just going to pick the 2 kids that fucking did the project with me, you know, but they were my friends, you know.
Yeah.
So I fucking start putting symbols up like all over the school, fucking like, you know what I mean, with this fucking dumbass logo that I drew up. It was like ice at the bottom and then cold, and the OLD came off the middle C, and it was like looked like a Superman symbol almost.
Shit.
It was dope. It was dope. And I started writing all these songs. They never took it seriously, and they weren't participating in anything. Like my mom brought me to shoot a music video one night. My mom was just like dope, and she just believed in my dumb dreams. She brings me to school one night. Nobody else shows up. It's just me. I'm just like, this is my dream. It's like, why is nobody taking this shit seriously? Story of my fucking life. None of that has changed, even when I got older. But yeah, so I fucking started writing all these songs. Now I didn't have beats at the time. I didn't fucking, you know, I would just like write a cappella and shit. Fast forward, we get to the end of the school year. I know I'm talking about, I'll try to wrap it up. We get to the end of school year, and it's like, you know, those last couple of days when the teacher doesn't feel like doing anything and she just lets you chill. You know what I mean? You don't really you finished all your tests already.
Yep, the TV card, exactly.
So she lets me get up, and she's like, Rob, she's like, do you want to rap? And I was like, always. Here's the thing. I told you I was not popular. I was a fucking nerd. I was a scrub. I got picked on by everybody, but like I never, ever got nervous or scared when you put me up in front of a fucking group of people, and I got to fucking rap. Like I didn't care. Like their faces would just go away. And that's how I performed at concerts like all the time. You know what I mean? Like I've performed in front of 20 people, performed in front of 2,000 people. Doesn't matter. Like there's 2 times in my life I got butterflies. First time ever, my first show at the Webster, Diggz. Thank you for that. When I opened for Tech. And then the second time was the Palladium. The first time I played there at main stage. Because that's like I fucking, you know, went to fucking so many shows there as a kid, and I'm like, when I stepped out from behind that curtain the first time and fucking it was sold out and shit, I'm just like, okay. It was like little something in here. But yeah. But shout out to that teacher. I wish I could remember her name, but my memory's trash. I will eventually. But she let me fucking get up there, do like 3-4 songs in front of my class, just all a cappella. And it was funny because none of the popular kids like gave me props or anything like in front of the other popular kids. But I'd be like walking down the hallway or whatever, and they walk up, you know, like they give me like sneak props. They'd be like, yo. I'm like, yo. That shit was dope, you know, like dap me up but like so nobody else could hear it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because they, you know what I mean, and that's just how my whole life has been. You know, people know I'm the shit, they just don't like to acknowledge it in front of other people.
That's fair.
I don't hate on that.
Anyways, I told you that was one question. I just used up
one question, half an hour, and we're good. Let's keep rolling.
So is that when you started your music career or love for it?
I wouldn't say that's when I started. It's when I fell in love with it. You know what I mean? I would say it's when I realized that I was different, that I was an artist, that I, you know, actually when I got older, I got away from hip hop a little bit, and I tried like being in bands in school and stuff. But I was always the front man. I was always the writer. I was always the person that did the lyrics. I mean, it's not much different. Like, you know, you're writing, you know, it's just in hip hop, you have to rhyme a lot more, you know, but like the concepts, the ideas, like creativity, right. all that shit, it's still writing. So I did that, you know, for a while. And then I just, you know, it wasn't my thing. And then I really, really went back to it in 2004. That's when I really started fucking like developing Kryptik and, you know, that person as an artist and shit, which I didn't have. I don't think I had a name yet at the time. You know, I was just like writing, but now I had like beats to write to and stuff. So now I'm actually making like songs, and now, you know, recording myself, like even if it was on a shitty computer, you know, with the fucking like the old Windows media player. I don't know if you're old enough to know that, but
me or her?
Her. Me.
I'm like, I'm super old.
But yeah, that was like the first shit, and it would sound so shitty. It would sound so shitty, but it's like the first time you hear your voice recorded, you're like, first of all, you hate it because it doesn't sound the way it does in your head at all.
No.
You know what I mean? You're like, wait, that's what I fucking sound like my entire life. That's what
people are listening to.
Yeah,
I feel that just talking. Ugh.
But you get used to it after a while, and then you just accept it, and then you have to work with it. Yeah, but
what were your?
Go for it. No, here we go. You're stepping on my toes. Go for it.
I'm just trying to make sure my points are better than yours. So what were some inspirations for you growing up that made you decide that that's what you want to do? You want to create a persona and go forward with all that?
My inspirations growing up is different a little bit than when I actually full on started making music. You know, I was, first of all, just to bring it back, that fucking teacher that gave me that chance 100% inspired me to like be like, yeah, you know what I mean?
Awesome,
I can do this shit. Musically, people are gonna hate me for this because I'm fucking East Coast all day. I love West Coast hip hop. Like I fucking love West Coast hip hop. Like fucking 94, 92, 93, 94, 95. Like when it really started popping off and fucking, you know, The Chronic came out and fucking Snoop and fucking Ice Cube came out, West Side Connection, fucking, you know, like that shit fucking gets me. Like, I love that shit. I was like, every white kid from a fucking suburb wants to be a gangster. I don't care. Like when you're fucking like growing up and you're listening to that shit, and you're like, damn, I wish I was a fucking ninja. You know? But you know, and actually, you know, I got into East Coast hip hop, but later in life. Like I don't know why. I just always like West Coast shit hit me harder. You know.
Yeah, totally.
But Biggie is probably my favorite rapper of all time, if not tied for my favorite. Cypress Hill, oh my god, like that's West Coast. I could keep going on about West Coast. You know, the East Coast was just always so like they're very technical and just like, you know, MCs, you know what I mean? But there was just something about that sound of the West Coast, that the way the fucking drums hit, the way the fucking their cadence, cadence, their fucking swagger, like if you want to call it whatever, delivery, you know, it was just fucking different, you know? And that's why like even when Kendrick came out, you know, his first major album, Good Kid, Bad City, it sounded like a fucking like something straight out of the 90s, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I love that kind of shit. And of course Eminem was, but the thing is I started getting into Eminem the same time as I did ICP, and then they had the whole
beef.
Yeah. And you know, like as a juggler, I was like, I can't let anybody know I fucking like Eminem. You know, so I'd be there in the crowd, and yeah, I'm phony for that. I'm fake. Yeah, 100% all day. I was a poser, but like I would fucking no. But like I really, really loved ICP. Like I can't pick which one I liked more. It was just I became a fan of ICP and Twisted before Eminem, and then it was like a year later, and I was just like, what the fuck. Like this dude is like spitting the wicked shit, but he's so much better at it. You know what I mean? But like the thing is, we never liked ICP because they rap good. We like ICP because fucking they're ICP. You know what I mean?
Exactly, 100%.
I don't like to have that. I don't like to have that conversation with people. They're like, oh, they suck at rapping. Yeah, no shit. Not all the time. Like they have fucking rap songs that I love and shit. But like their point wasn't to be the dopest fucking rappers. You know what I mean? Their point was to fucking entertain us and fucking, you know what I mean? Which they did, and they still do. Like, still do to this day.
I always tell people when they bring up that comment, they suck at rapping this or that. I'm like, well, go to a show. Go to a show, because no matter how bad they suck at rapping, their stage presence and show will blow you away. That's 100%.
And they're so respected, and there's so many fucking, you know, like, huge name fucking rappers, MCs, like everything in the underground and in the industry that fucking gives ICP their fucking props because of their longevity, their stage performance. Like they'll tell you that like I've never seen anything like ICP live. You know what I mean? And it's true. You haven't. Like,
and and kind of on I don't want to get onto an ICP seminar here, but look at what they created.
Yeah.
I mean, without them, there wouldn't be you and I.
I would have never met you. Or, well, you can never say that because I think
the world works in mysterious ways. Absolutely.
We might have met some other way. You know what I mean? But
I mean, look at what they've created with the Juggalos, the family base, the fan base. It's just something that everyone tries to duplicate and replicate, and they can't.
Yeah. It's very true. And they're the masters of it. And, and like nobody denied that Twisted is better at fucking rapping. Like we all knew that. That's why when Twisted came out, we're like, oh shit, they're like ICP, but they fucking rap really good. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we're like, oh damn. And I was lucky enough to see that. It was like kind of, when I was in high school watching fucking Korn and Limp Bizkit perform together, which you'll probably never see again. You know what I mean? Seeing ICP and Twisted perform together, like every fucking show, like, you know what I mean? It was like, and then, that original, that era when, I am going off on an ICP tangent.
Yeah, we are.
Well, I'm like, each artist brings their own.
I don't even remember what the question was.
Inspiration.
Your inspiration.
Yeah.
But that's like, and to me, it's really stupid about the division, honestly. Like, I understand it. I get that.
Yeah.
It was like the way it was grown, the family thing. I understand it.
Yeah.
But they're just both different. Like, they both bring different things to the table, and they're good in
I
their
know.
way. So,
Exactly.
Inspirations.
But yeah,
You're still on that subject.
You're completely right. It's just that moment in time was so fucking perfect and beautiful. You know what I mean? When they you got to watch it actually unfold. Yeah.
Right.
So I'll always miss it, but that's the same way people like, we miss like DRK and like Kryptik and Fury being together and shit, and like all those things, they were a moment in time, and they fucking were perfect in that moment of time. Sometimes you can't recreate shit. You can't. And if you fucking try to, like, it's gonna take away from that memory, because then you're gonna be like, well, this isn't the same. This isn't what it was. And then you're gonna remember that instead of remembering the fucking original shit. You know what I mean?
The original shit where Jay couldn't remember his words and Paulie's there backing him up because Jay can't remember shit.
Yeah. So like, just let things live in their own moment of time. That's all. There's so many times, like, it's like recreating movies and shit. You know what I mean? Just like, let it be.
Exactly.
I mean, to wrap up on the ICP thing, I mean, when you're at the gathering and they do the Fago Armageddon and the Diamonds Raining, you look around at all your homies and everyone's just there chilling. It's just that brings a feeling upon you that you just can't recreate.
Yeah. 100%. Like, I still love the gathering. Like, I think I took like maybe almost 10 years off. I don't think I went from 2010 to 2020, and then I went again, and it was and then I went again the next year when they did Wizard of the Hood and live, and I got on stage and I fucking crowd surfed and everything. Like, and it was just like, it makes me feel like a kid again. You know what I mean? I love it. And I will always go to the gathering if I can. Always. I don't care who plays. I don't care who the fuck plays. I don't care if there's 3 people there. I don't give a shit. It's a good time. It's fun. It's not for everybody anymore, but it's still for me. So
I'm going to bring up a gathering story later on down the road, referencing the 2006 gathering, because I think that's just a funny story.
The Butterworth?
Yes.
Okay.
But bringing it back, you said we're going to come back to Plymouth Rock, which we're going to come back to Plymouth Rock now. So you start making your persona, you start becoming Kryptik.
Dude, oh my God, I think I have the newspaper. Go ahead though.
So you're we're kicking it in our basement at the house in Connecticut. We're wrapping up your demos, packaging them up. You're yelling at the girlfriend because the labels aren't on straight. And this and that.
I'm a fucking Nazi when it comes. I'm sorry, but
I love you anyway for it. And we get you up here, and I believe it's your first show, and it's at Plymouth Rock.
Yep.
Run me through that experience.
First of all, we were hella late. I remember that part.
Yeah, 'cause you forgot your demos.
We had to turn around. Like, not even like, we were already running late. Hold on, I'm not good at crutches. Just gonna put them in. not good at crutches or standing. Well, apparently. Yeah, so we were already running late because we're trying to get the demos done. We did 500. I remember that we did. But like, I'm like, she's like, we got 470. Can we stop? I'm like, no, it has to be 500. I don't know why, but I was just like, no, it has to be 500. It has to be 500. So we're already running late. I had this shitty ass. Well, I can't talk shit. Diggz, you sold it to me, but
What?
wait, no, I sold it to you.
No, you sold it to me because you bought my Sunfire when it died.
Yeah, but it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't that bad. It's just, you know, I wouldn't.
It worked.
I wouldn't like
It was a pickup truck.
Like I couldn't pick up like a 500 female in it or something. But yeah, so we had it was like a $400 truck that I bought, and it was just a shitty pickup truck. So fucking we had all my stage shit in the back, the fucking CDs, everything, and like I'm me, so I'm like, I'm not just gonna. It's my first show, technically, you know, as Kryptik, and I'm not just gonna half-ass it. So I have fucking stage props, all this shit choreographed, planned out. Like we brought like a fake bar and like set up all these bottles. We didn't have real alcohol in them, but they looked like the color of the alcohol that went with the bottle. And we like made a bar on stage, and she was fucking like pouring shots the whole time during my set or whatever.
And to put this in the perspective for everybody, this is the Plymouth Waterfront. They're opening for Scarecrow Hill.
So listen. This
is it's an outside show. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'll let you run with it.
But so Tyler hits me up, and I'm like, he's like, yo, we want you to do this show, and I'm like, well, where is it? He's like, Plymouth Rock, and like Plymouth Rock, like outside Plymouth Rock, and he's like, yeah, and I'm like it's public, and he's like, yeah, and I was like, have you heard my lyrics? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, you know this isn't gonna go well, right? And he's like, man, you'll be fine. And I was like, okay. Just remember this conversation later. So we get there, you know, we're a little late, but I go on stage, and it's my first time performing. I said reporting, performing, but now performing inside and performing outside are totally fucking different. First of all, I've learned this after I played hundreds and hundreds of shows, but you can't hear yourself, so you're overcompensating because there's nowhere for the sound to go. There's no walls for the sound to bounce off. You know what I mean? Like everything's just fucking going out into the air. So this being my first show, it didn't matter if we practiced 5,000 times in my basement. I get on stage, my voice is blown out by like the second song already. You know what I mean? And I'm like, fuck. But that's not even the point of the story. The point of the story is I get, what was it, Diggz? 4 songs, I think?
Yeah, 4 or 5 songs.
I get either 4 or 5 songs in. Now, so there's this father with a very small child. He's holding the child. Happened to just be a passerby. You know, child was less than 2 years old, less than 1 even, like a late, maybe like 9-10 months old. And I have this lyric in this song that says, she shakes as her hymen breaks, face filled with horror. And I say this line, and I see this father holding his child, and he looks up like in pure fucking terror, in horror, like the last line that I just said. Fucking, and he takes his hands and he covers the fucking baby's ears and runs like away. And I'm like, well, shit. Not too long after, power goes out, my mic goes out, everything gets shut down. The police come, and they kick me off stage. And the next day, there's an article in the paper that says local rapper banned from Plymouth, Massachusetts. Like, I know I have it, dude. Can we take a break? Because I know I have that paper. I think it's right in that story.
I'll play a quick video. You go grab it.
Okay. All right, I'll be right back.
Yes, sir. You know what to do. It's your dad, homie Blaze, coming through with a little message just for you. The homies over at Hell Entertainment hit me up. They told me they doing it all, yo. They doing it all from photography to graphic design and publications, yo. And that ain't it. They doing it for artists. They doing it for artists around the motherfucking world. That's right. Not just your backyard. Not just out there on the streets in the States. They talking about the motherfucking world. That means the whole goddamn globe. That circle, that whole motherfucking circle. That's what the fuck they doing the damn thing. Everybody, yo. And that ain't all. That ain't all. Look. They on that next level. They on that next level. That's right. Sundaze. They doing their own podcast. They talking about everything from music and more. Check them out today, yo. Check them out today. You heard it here first. From your homie and my homies over at Hell Entertainment. Yo, that's what's up, beast. I'm about this motherfucker. Body's on no one suspicious about who shot me. It's interesting to see the means and the tactics they take.
I was waiting for Kryptik to find that paper.
He's determined.
He's determined to find that paper. Quick shout out to everyone kicking it in the chat tonight. We appreciate you, Dubs. I see you, Jared. What's up, Lisa Abs? What is going on? We appreciate you. Appreciate you guys checking in. As we said earlier, Kryptik can talk and talk and talk, and we love that about him. I think he's trying to recreate this paper thing right now.
He's just like typing it.
He's typing it right now in Photoshop, or he fell and broke his other leg. That I don't know either. So
that might have happened. If we had Googled it, I'm sure we could brought it up as well.
Well, the interwebs are a funny thing. They hold a source of information.
Yes, they do. They do that.
Oh, he is back. We are back. What is up to do?
I fucking lied. I lied. I can't find it, dude. I know I have it though.
It's somewhere in one of your toes kicking around there.
You know what I found though? I was trying to find this on September 11th, but I have like 10 of these. I don't know if you can see it. This is the actual newspaper. This is September 12th, 2011.
Oh, damn.
Yep. That's just crazy.
Yeah.
I have a bunch. I have like 10 copies of these too.
Damn.
But see, you look for one thing, you find another.
Yep.
But I know I have at least 20 copies of that fucking paper because I was like, damn, I'm in the paper.
Can I get one signed?
Yeah.
I mean, you are the reason why music did get banned from the waterfront for a long time. So.
Yeah, that's very true. Hold on, let me fix my face.
Thankfully, that shit's back.
Yeah, but a lot with like
it's much tamer.
Yeah, it's a lot more tamer. It's like happy, friendly bands and
family stuff. Family stuff.
It's a great story though, and is it all right? So, just to like correlate the two, that's the part that was weird. Was that my first ever experience rapping was doing a project about Plymouth Rock, Massachusetts. And then my first show ever as a rapper is at Plymouth Rock, Massachusetts, fucking years and years later.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
The whole full circle thing.
Yeah.
And it's nuts, you know what I mean? It's crazy. I love that. All right, so you guys keep bringing it back, but I'm going to bring it forward.
Oh, shit.
So right now, what are you doing? What's upcoming? You planning? I mean, you're recording. I know that much. But
I'm not recording yet. I'm writing.
Okay,
still.
we're writing now. Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. So as I said, I got inspired again, started writing a lot. Now, the reason, if you look at my discography, it's on that link over there, Kryptik.bandcamp.com. All my whole discography is up there. Most of it's free. I noticed that sometimes if you try to download singles, it says they're $1, so I got to fix that. But I don't know why, because if you buy the whole album, it's free. But if you just try to download a single, it charges you $1. I got to fix it.
But if you want to give him $1, just go to his Venmo.
No, go to the Venmo. Yeah, don't pay me on Bandcamp because my Bandcamp is linked to a PayPal that I don't have anymore, and so every time somebody buys something, I never get it.
That PayPal's got like $4,000 in it right now, and you're just sitting there like, shit.
No, it's like 47 cents probably. I'm not. But yeah, there is the Venmo link down there. Nailed it. Sort of
over there.
Yeah. because I do put my music out for free, and you know, even the new project is going to be free. You could always get my music for free, but it does take a lot of money to put together a project. I don't want to sound needy like I'm begging for money and shit, but if you want to support, you want to be a part of it, drop whatever you want in the Venmo. I don't care, 50 cents. It could be nothing. You don't have to, but I will put your name in the credits of the album if you do that. Make sure. So getting back to what I was saying, I started writing, and then I got together with a producer who is a friend of mine. He goes by the name of Anarchist. He used to be an MC called Cymatics. I'm not sure if he still raps anymore. I know once in a while he does, but he, you know, decided to start really focusing on production, went to school for it, and he's really, really come into his own. And the reason I've never made an actual album and I've only done mixtapes is because I just never liked anybody's beats, to be honest. Like I just, you know, like that's why I always use Jack Beats, because I could find an instrumental and be like, yeah, I'll kill this shit. But at the end of the day, you don't own it, you know?
Right.
So, but that was always my issue. Like people would send me beats all the time and I'm like, you know, it's good, it's not bad, but it's just not for me. Right. So what I like to see and what I've noticed is in the 10 years that I've not been making music, a lot of my friends who were even talented back then have continued. And now they're like fucking aliens, you know what I mean? Like, cause they never stopped. And Cymatics Anarchist, he's one of them, you know what I mean? He's gotten so fucking good. So he's gonna not executive produce, but you know, produce probably I would say 90% of the beats on my album. We have like four or five picked out already that, you know, that I already own. So we're working on those. But it's exciting because it's something that I finally can feel is completely mine. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's
That was exciting.
yeah, but so that's what's coming. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep writing. I want to have more songs than I need for the album. You know what I mean? Because it's been so long. I want to just like go through and like just. It's not gonna be nothing crazy. I always did, you know, full fucking however 80-minute, you know, CDs, because it doesn't really matter anymore because nobody really presses physicals. But at the time, we would put as much music would fit on a CD. So a CD holds 80 minutes of music. We would put 80 minutes of music on the CD. And I remember when I was mixing it, I would have to sit there and shave like seconds off of songs because they wouldn't fit. You know what I mean? But I'm not doing it this time. I'm going to do like a short little thing. I don't know, probably be like 12 songs, you know, but it'll be really good.
So do you have any plans of like, do you have a plan when you want that to come out at all? Or you're just focused on the writing right now?
I see. That's a very good question. I did initially. And when I got injured, which I haven't gotten into yet, but I got injured, well, 2 times within the same 2 months, but also there were some other medical complications as well. So I kind of lost that inspiration and the passion that I had before I got injured. And it's hard to explain. You would think with all this time on my hands, because I've been, you know, I just been home. Like I pretty much haven't left my bed since July 23rd. And I do have all this time on my hands and shit. I should just be writing, but like my brain doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? When I'm going through shit, like it's hard for me to be productive or inspired. And that usually comes after I get over whatever is going through, and then I'll go back and write about it all. You know what I mean? But I don't usually write about it as it's fucking happening. You know what I mean? So it did, you know, I have so much shit that I wrote, like way more than the 4 or 5 songs. It's just, they're all in fucking pieces and just, you know, I'm very scatterbrained and shit. And it's funny. I once watched an interview with Eminem. Or actually, no, it was Royce da 5'9", but he was talking about Eminem's writing process, and Em used to do the same thing. He wouldn't sit there and just like write a song. He would just like write fucking like all kinds of shit and then put them together like a puzzle. You know what I mean? And that's my not trying to compare myself to Eminem. He's the GOAT. But
I know a couple artists who run like that.
Yeah.
Put together.
But it's like, and then at the end, and you're just like, you just put it all together like a fucking puzzle, cross this part out or change this word. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just figuring it all out. It's a cool, I don't know. I like writing that way.
Oh.
I'm fucking pumped. I can't wait. And since we're talking about the now, we'll go back to the then in a minute. Where's Mickey Knox fit in all this?
Well, let me finish your question real quick. I don't think I
thought we're done. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
That's a negative 0.5.
I almost finished. But yes, originally I did expect it to come out a lot sooner. I was hoping to get it out this year. At this point, I don't see it coming out before spring of next year. It might be like towards the end of spring, but I don't want to promise anybody anything, you know. I don't want to rush it, you know what I mean? It's like
you don't want to rush something you're just coming back into after.
Especially it's taken me 10 years since I put out a fucking project. So like, what's another like month if I have, or 2 months, you know, whatever. So yeah, once it's perfect and I listen to it, I'm like, yeah, it's ready. I'll put it out.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Can't
All
wait.
right.
I think he's done now. You're right.
Oh man.
Tagged.
Tag him in.
I did.
So where does the persona of Mickey Knox fit in all this new stuff?
It's not there as much, to be honest. That might be a separate project.
Okay.
Now, for those,
I need an explanation. I have no
okay.
idea.
Well, basically,
Like you.
basically, I probably definitely have a split personality because there's like 3 of me. You have you have Rob Marino, which is me, you know, normal me when I'm, you know, just living my stupid ass boring ass life, you know. But also that's where a lot of the brain work comes from, a lot of the ethics, you know, that kind of shit. But then, like I said, when you put me in front of a microphone, when I'm doing music or performing shows or I'm doing interviews or something, you know, that's Kryptik because that's my artist name. This happens with a lot of people, to be honest. It's just not me. I've read about it a lot because like once you start living different identities, sometimes you tend to actually take on those identities. So it's like it'll fuck you up mentally if you're not careful. But I'm not saying that's me.
I believe that, yeah.
But it could be. But so yeah, so then you have Kryptik, who's like, you know, I consider Kryptik to be like, you know, the MC, you know, the one, you know, putting all the work into, you know, the stage show and, you know, putting out, you know, the music and everything like that. But then you have Mickey Knox. And Mickey Knox is just an asshole, to be honest. And he's very violent. And he's like the dark side of Kryptik.
Okay.
And Ron Marino probably put together. And a lot of that persona, it's not real. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's what I have to explain to people. It's like, you know, like if you listen to horrorcore music or anything like that, you know what I mean? Like the same way ICP talks about like hacking people up and shit like that. You're not really doing that in real life. And if you don't know the difference, you're fucking stupid. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Like if you go watch a horror movie, like you watch a horror movie because you like watching horror movies. You know what I mean? So like if you didn't like that kind of shit, you wouldn't buy the ticket and go fucking watch it. So what's the difference between that and listening to somebody talking about that in music? It's just instead of a horror movie, it's horror music.
Right.
Yep.
Right? It's still entertaining and you still enjoy it. Otherwise, because we're all kind of fucking sick in a little way. But it doesn't mean I actually go out and fucking do all this shit that I'm saying. It's just, but that is the Mickey Knox persona. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it changes, also changes the show because I switch from one character, depending on the show. I'll switch from one character to another, so you know the transition and stuff like that. It adds to the theatrics, you know what I mean? That's what performing is, you know, is being theatrical, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. But this project hasn't had, honestly, it's not very Mickey Knox heavy. There's not a lot of that shit in anything I've written yet. I don't know if there will be. It's just, you know, I just write what I feel like writing. But I still love that dark shit. So like if there might be a couple on there. if I hear the right beat. But if not, I still plan on doing Decrypted 3 as well, because I have a whole bunch of shit that I haven't put out. So that might be on there. We'll see. We'll just see how it goes.
Fair enough. What do you got before I cut you off? Are you still?
No.
All right. So,
you're like, I'm ahead of you now.
Well, I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it back again because there's some stories. So we go through the gatherings, 2003, 2004, 2005 is we're all just chilling. 2006 is when we get the fucking, you rent the van to the gathering. This is when we bring Tyler out to the gathering, and it's fucking Mudfest.
I've heard about this.
That fucking van
it was mostly poop, but they call it mud.
Yeah.
Ew.
Oh, we destroyed that van.
Yo, I never even got charged a cleaning fee. I can't believe that shit, dude.
That's impressive.
This van.
No, you don't understand.
No, we got this van stuck, and we rolled the windows down, and he's flooring it, and I think it's me, Treats, Fucker, and Ty outside trying to push, and the wheels are just going. Mud's fucking flying. Mud's in the van.
In the van,
on the van, in the CD player. It's just, oh my God.
Everything. And plus people just getting in and out of it, the whole gathering, they added more mud to it. Yo, we destroyed that van. Destroyed. I want to say I did take the insurance out on it though, luckily, because I don't think I'm that stupid where I'm like, I'm bringing a fucking rental to the gathering and not getting insurance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you did cover yourself on that aspect.
Yeah. But I still was worried. I still washed it on the way home. But the inside, I was like, there's nothing I can do.
Just keep it.
Yeah.
And then,
so since you guys keep talking about the gathering, and obviously you've played there, what other tour stories or experiences do you have to share with us?
Oh my God, there's so many. So many.
Or what are your top?
Do you want as an artist? As an artist or as a fan? Because I have both. As what?
Or
as an artist.
Or we can say as an employee too, because you did work for Strange for.
Yeah. So that was that was a combination. That was more being a fan though, I think.
Yeah.
So favorite tour experience as an artist. All right. Well, I'll tell you my favorite moment ever performing. It wasn't a tour; it was a one-off show, but that counts, right? Sort of.
Yeah, concert, tour, whatever. Show.
Okay, yeah. So my favorite hands down experience ever performing. I was playing the Palladium in Worcester. It's the first time I ever played as Kryptik, my solo set. Mm-hmm. I performed with other artists. I performed there with Fury. I performed there with Loon. You know what I mean? But I was always the hype man or a featured artist. So this was the first time my name was on the marquee. It said Kryptik. The ticket said Kryptik. And it was my shit. Cool. So and it was opening up for Tech. I fucking killed it. As far as promoting and everything, they gave me a really good time slot, and I knew a lot of the staff because I've developed relationships with them. You know what I mean? So the sound guy, the light guy, they're like, yo, you want the treatment? I was like, fuck yeah, make me look good. So they're not supposed to do that for the openers. You know what I mean? They're supposed to do that only for the tour package, but they gave me fucking lights and shit, but right before I get on stage, I walk out and I'm waiting. My DJ was playing, the intro music and shit. He had a cool routine where he has video, a video screen in the background, but he actually scratches the video. His name is DJ Mo. Cool. Yeah, his name is DJ Mo Nichols. So he did this Autobots routine. It was the cartoon, you know what I mean? And fucking he's doing all these sounds, but he's scratching the video and shit. And it was dope. So I'm getting ready to go out and do my first song. Fucking the side door opens and it's Tech. Tech fucking walks in and just stands on the side of the stage. And I've probably opened up for Tech 9 15, 20 times before that. I've never ever seen him like come off the bus
Yeah.
to actually watch. And fucking, I didn't even know he knew who I was. I mean, he had to, you know what I mean? Like we've done enough shows together, but like he never like, you know, we never really talked about it. But, and I'm not trying to brag, but this was such a good feeling.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So he opens the door and it's him, and fucking I'm like, I said I only got butterflies twice. No, this was the third time. And fucking, so he puts his hand out and he goes to dap me up. And I don't even say anything. He just looks at me, knows I'm about to go on stage. And he daps me up and he's like, yo, kill that shit, Kryptik. And I was like, ah.
You're like, oh my God. You're like, don't throw up. Don't throw up.
But now I have so much more pressure because Tech 9 is standing here watching my entire fucking set. He didn't just come to say hello. Like, he stayed there my entire set. And the set wasn't bad. Like, it wasn't my favorite. We had technical difficulties, you know, but I'm always really picky on myself. I didn't get to do Down for the Cause, which was my last song, because we ran out of time, and fucking I was pissed about that. You know, but overall went good. Now here's the twist. So fucking I do the set and I'm like, oh shit, you know, I get off stage. I can't believe Tech 9 just watched my whole set. I probably fucking sucked, you know, this and that. So the next day we go to the same tour. I wasn't performing. I just went as a fan with my homegirl, Illegal, Sarah. So we go to see the show in Rhode Island, Providence, and we didn't even have tickets. Fatty ended up sneaking us in, you know, so that was cool. But so I'm sitting outside on the sidewalk waiting to get in, and fucking Tech walks up wearing, you know, he's so stupid. Tech walks up wearing a Tech 9 rubber mask, trying to disguise himself from being Tech 9 with a Tech 9 mask. You know, he's by himself just walking up the sidewalk. But I look down and I see his shoes, and that's the first thing I notice. And I see the way he's walking, and I just look at him and I'm like, yo, Tech, you're stupid. And he's like, how'd you know it was me? And I was like, you're Tech 9 wearing a Tech 9 mask. And I was like, you're not that fucking clever, bro. But he comes and he sits down right next to me on the curb. And I don't like try to fanboy out when I'm around like famous people, because they appreciate it if you're just like cool, if you're just cool and real to them, you know what I mean? So I'm like ignoring that he's even there, just fucking sitting there waiting to get in. And like, he's like, yo, Kryptik. And I was like, what up, Tech? And he's like, I'm looking the wrong way. I'm like, what up, Tech? And he's like, it's like, I watched your whole set last night, homie. I was like, yeah, I saw. And he was like, yo, bro. He was like, you killed that shit. And he gave me daps again. And I was like, appreciate you. But inside, I'm like, yeah.
Screaming inside. You're like,
yeah.
best moment ever.
I have so many other stories, but that one to me was like,
yeah, like top
100%.
I'm not trying to sound like the fucking, like I ride Tech 9's dick, but like he was right there through my whole career, as much as an inspiration as fucking Eminem or ICP or fucking, you know, anybody that really like inspired me to start. I've seen Tech 9 play fucking venues with 40 people in them. You know what I mean? And to go from there to where he is now, like, say what you want about like the business and shit. I know there's all kinds of shit going over there at Strange, and you know, but I don't care. Like, he's like, to me, like that, he's my inspiration as an MC, as somebody that fucking does this for a living and is, you know, does it for real. And yeah, man, that was like my fucking favorite moment ever.
That's fucking
awesome.
badass.
Good story.
You know, and from when you and I started listening to Tech wasn't doing East Coast shows for a long time. And I know you and I were pissed about Tech not coming this way because we wanted to see him so badly. Right. And Tech was only performing in the Midwest for a long period of our time following. And it was only at the gatherings that we could see him.
Yeah. Yeah. But a little segue, I won't get like totally into it, but it wasn't long after that show that I started working for Strange Music. So they flew me out, not as like a rapper or anything, just, you know, people get the story twisted, like I got signed or anything. No, I just got a job there. Thanks to Fatty. But so they fly me out to Kansas. No. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm getting the story wrong because they picked me up in Worcester on the tour bus. Yeah. And then we did a bunch of shows. Anyways, long story less long. We're having dinner one night And like all the crew is at one table, like the merch guys, the stage crew, everything, all the artists like over here at the bar. And fucking Tech sees me sitting there and he comes up and he's like, oh shit. He's like, Kryptik. And I'm like, yeah, what up, Tech? And he's like, you're with us now? And I'm like, yup. And he's like, the biggest smile, you know what I mean? He fucking taps me. He's like, awesome, you know what I mean? And it's cool because like he always called me by name anytime I ever saw him.
Yeah.
That might not mean a lot, you know, to some people, but like it really does. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%.
Like, think of how many people that dude fucking meets like every fucking day. You know what I mean? But he was always just super nice to me, super cordial, like the nicest person. Everybody there, everybody that was ever signed to Strange that I became friends with when I was working that tour. Literally, I can't say one single person that was signed to that label was ever a fucking asshole to me, ever treated me like less of a person. You know what I mean? They were just the greatest fucking people, dude. Really.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What else? Is there anything that we are past our?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No. We're gonna. I'm gonna pop in the comments here. If anyone's got any questions, pop them into the comments now so we can get Kryptik to ask them. I want to bring up Fatty real quick.
Fatty.
We all love Fatty. Fatty is diehard for people that he loves, and we appreciate him. But let's go back to when I believe you were holding a contest. I think was for Kryptik merch or something along that line.
Oh, where I already know what you're gonna say, yeah.
And Fatty takes this sheet, hangs it on the side of his house, and spray paints Kryptik, but it bleeds through onto the siding of the house.
Whose house?
Fatty's house.
Yeah, so he ends up spray painting his fucking house in giant fucking letters.
That's amazing.
Yo, I completely forgot about that. Thank you. How could I forget that? But yeah, he won the contest. Yeah.
Fatty wins all the contests. He won our contest. He wins your contest.
He's a good contest winner, apparently.
We got one coming in.
Fatty owns more Kryptik merch than I do. He owns shit that I like don't even have or never got like somehow.
More hell shit too than I do.
Dude.
But
this question.
I got one from Jared.
It's a great question. I'm throwing
Jared,
what up, Jared? So when are we going to pull all our money and open up our own Tammany Hall?
Tammany.
I mean, you keep catching fish like that, you know what I mean? We might have to talk, you know.
Let's get some bad sponsorships here, Jared.
A little. I think he catching releases, but you know, fucking, we got the chef over here. We got the fish catcher, you know.
Exactly.
Tammany Hall was definitely the last time.
So Tammany Hall was the place for some of the greatest shows.
My literally my favorite venue I've ever fucking played.
I love Tammany.
Shit. See, I want to say like that's an insult to the Webster and the Palladium, but like as far as like smaller shows, Tammany Hall was the fucking shit.
But even you it's more for the underground, so you can compare that to the Webster Underground where you guys had all the DRK events, and then it was like Tammany Hall.
No, but it was a much better venue than the Webster Underground, 10 times better.
Yeah.
It was actually light in there, and like it's like no, I used to love going there, man. Like when fucking me and Five would go up there, Razor Raps, Ill and shit. Like we were like, it wasn't our home turf. It was like we're coming from Connecticut and shit, and like they always like showed us love. They always, we always got good time slots. We always fucking killed it. Like that's where I met a lot of fucking people from that area and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it.
Yeah, remember the first time you came out as Mickey Knox and you were like, "Don't worry about that blood washes out of the floor. It's only corn syrup. Don't worry about it." Like you were all paranoid about it. It was great.
Well, they got mad because he walks like I put like a shower curtain down or something, but like I missed a lot of it. And yeah, fucking the owner like walks back and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" It's like don't worry about it. It's fine.
We'll give it a few more minutes for some more questions to pop in if we got any in there. Let's touch real quick on your gathering experience when you played the Gathering the first time.
The first time I played was not great. That wasn't the one I was invited to. That was the one where it was, wait, was it the one I was invited to?
What was that 2007?
I played one before that, but it was like open mic or something. You had to like sign up.
Yeah,
But
that
yeah.
was 2005.
Right. Yeah, the one I invited to was 2007. Yeah, it was like an afternoon slot. It was okay. It wasn't my favorite show, to be honest. It was afternoon. It was hot. A lot of people weren't there. Again, it was outside. So it's like hard. I don't like performing outside at all, unless they have like speakers just literally in your fucking face. But it felt great. When I got the call, I was at work, and it was Jump Steady leaving a fucking voicemail message on my phone. Because where else would you leave a voicemail message?
Right.
It was on my phone, just to clarify. But yeah, I heard the message, and he's like, "We're inviting you to play the Gathering of the Juggalos," and fucking, I went nuts, dude. Talk about like a great feeling,
Yeah.
And it was cool, but that kind of the allure of playing the Gathering, I'm sorry, but it wears off after a while. And I think it's because I've just been to so many gatherings, and like I've done so many things at the Gathering where it's not really cool anymore. At the time, it was fucking cool as hell, and
Right.
I sampled the voicemail message, put it on fucking whatever Venom volume. I think it was either 2 or 3, but yeah, it was awesome, to get that, to get invited. And shout out to Sarah Illegal, because she fucking hooked me up with that. Shout out to, at the time, you want to talk about inspiration and shit, influences. This record label called Lunatics Productions, Loonitix. They had they were fucking popping. Like they had played the Gathering. They played the Gathering where they had the contest with A and B and PLC, to see who was going to get signed and shit. That's where I met all them, and I got their fucking sampler, and it blew me away. They came out to the East Coast. I went to every show that they fucking played. I took planes there and shit. But yeah, they I'm going off on a tangent again, but they really inspired me a lot. And I'll wrap that up about the Gathering, about that. Yeah, it was a dope experience at the time. If I were to do it now, it probably wouldn't be as cool, unless it was main stage.
Well, that's bringing it back to, if you do it now, it's just you're just trying to reminisce on a memory that already exists and already had happened, so it won't be the same.
Exactly.
Right.
We got one more question from Jared. We'll wrap it up after this. Seems like the only one that is
J-Rod. J-Rod's the only one asking questions.
Wants to know if you still have baby doll head. Oh, hang on. Nope. He's hobbling over there, Jared. Oh, now we can't find it.
It's probably next to the newspaper article.
It's so small. But there it is, Jared, just for you. Still has baby head. So fucking creepy.
Yep.
Oh.
And I'm still the champion. It's a tour game, so we found this baby doll in a parking lot, and then somehow the body got separated from the head. Don't remember how exactly, but so the two of the groups, there was Hightown, there was FTI, and we would steal it from each other, and then you had to break into each other's hotel rooms to fucking steal it back, and just became this tour game. And then every time you got it back, the baby head would look different. Somebody would draw on it, or fucking put piercings in it, or put clothes in it and stuff. And I ended up with it, and the baby head actually opened up for House of Pain and Twisted. If you look in the background during those shows, during Rock and Shock, whatever year it was, and House of Pain, when ZV8 played, there's a microphone stand in the background, and it's just baby head on the mic stand. So her name is Beyonce, and it's pronounced Beyonce. You have to ask Jared about that. But right, Jared, how do you pronounce it? Send a comment. That's not how you pronounce it. That's how Beyonce pronounces Beyonce. It's pronounced Beyonce.
He says FBI the champ.
Anyways, yeah. So when you go on tour, you get fucking crazy sometimes, and stir crazy, and just crazy in general. So you have to invent insane games to keep yourself
absolutely
or sane or I guess. Maybe not.
As we wrap this up, Grip, thank you for coming out and chatting with us. I know it's been a while.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Fucking look forward to what's to come and what's to come out of your mind and your brain with these lyrics and your butt. That's what she said. I don't know. Felt like it was gonna fit, but it didn't fit.
Come here. Want to get famous? Come here. Come on. Trying to bring my dog up.
Yeah, I was waiting for the.
Come here. Where are you?
Melody.
Why do you go the worst way?
Because she wants to make you work.
Okay.
Oh, little puppies.
Oh, this is Melody. She's my caretaker. She is full grown. She does not get bigger than this.
When I first
Look
started,
at that. Aw, you're shy? You shy?
she's camera shy.
You're like, look at this Kryptik East Coast murder rap, fucking Mickey Knox. And I'm just like,
little dog.
I'm the softest fucking motherfucker ever. Like, I can't
Is
talk.
there anything else you want to give a shout out to or anything?
Just my homies, my fans, everything, my friends, my family that, you know, I've been going through some shit, and like everybody that calls in to check up on me or has like come by my house, drop me off like fucking food or just, you know, just in general, like y'all are the shit. And I really, really appreciate that. You know, I know who my real friends are, and, you know, it's not like a matter of, if you don't have time, I'm going to hate you forever. But it just feels really good when people you haven't talked to in like years and years, they just like check in real quick, you know? So like, I really, really appreciate that. I don't really have anything to plug. I mean, you could go to the Bandcamp. All my music's on there. You can stream it for free, download most of it for free. My Twitter, I barely fucking use, but it's up there. Maybe I'll start using it more. Like I said, if you want to donate to the project, the Venmo's down there, and I'll put your name in the credits. You don't have to, though. You'll still get it for free regardless. That's about it. Thank you guys for having me on. Y'all are the shit.
Thank you.
Really
Of course.
appreciate it.
So what are our scores?
Yep. That was my next question.
I give you, well, I said there's only 2 points you get, a 1 or a 10. And you both got a 10. Good job.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean,
Too competitive for that. But I
can't wait.
More than a 1.
You're going to see more of Kryptik on here with us as things progress and get closer to releases and all of that. So keep on the lookout here at hellentertainment.com. Please go like, share, subscribe. Go follow Kryptik on Twitter. Go follow kryptik.bandcamp.com and go give the man $1 because he needs a hot dog at Rob/Marino22.
you're making me sound needy. But
No,
I do like hot dogs. Do like hot dogs.
And Lisa Abb says, love you, friends. We love you too, Miss Lisa. Can't wait
Love
to see
you,
you
Lisa.
soon. And we're gonna head out with Down for the Cause off of the demo. We will talk to you all soon in 2 weeks. Kryptik, much love. We will talk with you soon as well.
This song went triple diamond. That's why I'm so rich. Go ahead.
Okay, bye.
Mommy, it's raining. It's raining red. Mommy, it's raining red. It's raining.
Come that east side, Soderberry, killer, dumping bitches, bloody bodies and black bags in the Nara truck, river rhyme spitter, tie you up and take my time with ya, skin you, twitch your bitch ass alive, hit you with vinegar, torture it's a beautiful thing, but don't squirm, damn I know that shit hurts, but bitch you'll just make it worse, should've handed over your purse, you could avoided this predicament, instead I take a rusty razor blade to your ligaments, innocence is just a myth, everyone commits sins, they call me castle cause I'm dishing out some punishments, loose lips sink ships, some suck dicks without a conscience, that's why I insist, my fingertips without your tonsils, I'm hostile, been found upon like I'm some kind of a monster, put into hospitals and analyzed with by some kind of a doctor, psychological evaluations, got me facing life in asylums, that's probably where my mind belongs.